Jack was speaking after the defeat to Celtic. What's your immediate thoughts after that one?
Very poor first half. I thought we were very good second half, but the first half cost us the game. The manner of the performance and also the manner of the goals we concede. So to concede 2 goals from set pieces against a team that doesn't carry a big aerial threat is not good enough. And then, as I said, all round the performance, we weren't competitive enough, weren't aggressive enough in terms of how we pressed Celtic, and we got a little bit of a lifeline with scoring. Then second half, the players did respond and produced a good performance, but that first half period, is not acceptable in terms of where we need to be at.
You mentioned the first 2 goals, obviously both coming from set pieces, balls again into the box. How much of frustration is that for you?
Well, frustrated when you concede anyway, full stop. But we built success last season in the league on a solid foundation of keeping clean sheets and defending our box well. And right now, this season, we haven't done it. We have continued to work diligently and hard and relentlessly in the training pitch to rectify it, and we'll continue to do so until we get it right on pitch. And believing that it will turn, because, for example, tonight, that back four that played tonight is predominantly the back four played a lot of last season. So there is undoubtedly we're not doing it well enough at the moment. And in a game like tonight, you can't do that, because you can't give good teams cheap goals, and we did that in that opening 15 minutes.
You mentioned the improved performance in the second half. Obviously made a change at half-time, bringing Josh Campbell in. How much of an impact did that substitution have on that performance, or do you think it was just the players having that kind of extra motivation that they needed to go out in that second period?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, people will always point to being easier to play when your goal's behind. You can put forward an argument to that equally. It's not easy to play when your goal's behind to a good team, and you have received criticism, which undoubtedly we would, and deservedly so, from the first half performance. So the players, I thought, deserved praise for how they responded to that. They showed character, and then they showed ability. And then Josh's impact in the game was really good. He's got a lot of good attributes, and he showed them. That was all we wanted him to do second half, was to show that. And just all round, we were much more aggressive in our play, much more competitive, much better tempo about us, our play with and without the ball. And subsequently, we were a better team for that second half against a good team. So it shows that the players, the levels they can get to, they're more than capable of doing that, but they need to do it from the start of games and for 90 plus minutes, and we need to do that from Saturday.
Yeah, and fixtures, like you say, are coming quickly. How do we address this run of form?
Well, you've got to win. I mean, simple as that, you've got to win. Ideally, you play well and win, but if you're not playing well, you've got to just win. And to do that, you can't concede cheap goals. That gives you the platform to go and win. And that's what we'll need to do at the weekend. You know, I would say is if your criticism comes in the wake of runs of defeats and some poor performances within it, and parts of the game that have been really poor, and Hibs supporters will be rightly critical and frustrated and disappointed and angry and all these things will direct it at me. It's my team all the time, my instructions, my preparation. Because right now players will need the support. You know, players will need that backing to get through this period. So I would ask them to back the players. We said within the stadium or on other forums, criticise me, and I'll accept that and I'll shoulder it. And you know, my determination is to bring consistent success to this club. And right now we're in a run that is not going to deliver that, but the determination to put that right is there, and that will be seen on Saturday in a game that is massive for us.
I was going to say, how important is that game now on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, no game for me ever becomes of greater significance than the other, because if you're doing your job properly, you approach every game in the same manner, the same motivation and the same drive. But when you put it in context of the run we're in at the moment and where it can take us in the league again, then we need to win. And I spoke to the players a bit already about that, and we'll do so again early tomorrow morning. It's a big game for us, a massive game for us in our season, and we need to produce a performance that reflects it being that big a game.
And they come into the game off a massive high after beating Dundee.
Yeah, I mean, look, our preparation for the opposition is based on shape, etc. I don't really pay too much attention to the previous game and result, because that can, you know, can't predict how that affects an opposition. But for us, our focus will be on replicating second half performance and staying miles away from the first half performance. If we do that, we can win a game.
Thank you for speaking to us.
Cheers, Adam. Thank you.